Good evening. It is Friday at 5:26 p.m. and I'm here today to make a quick video on how I write research papers. And this might help you if you get a project from a teacher and you're like, I don't know how to write a paper or what, or you get stuck. And sometimes the teachers want you to make really long papers, and sometimes it's hard to like BS a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to show you what I do to make an outline or get ideas for the body of the paper. And I got a new dry erase board today for this and for practicing left-handed writing. I'm going to need some space to do that because it's going to be sloppy. And okay, so can I move this closer or farther without falling off the page? So this can be used for any kind of paper, any kind of subject matter. I've been doing this for like at least a decade, longer than that, and it always helps. So what you do is you put like the title or the subject up here. I am going to be writing a research paper on Enso paintings, and it's some sort of Asian art that I'll explain to you later. But I'm going to have to write a paper first, and then I'll read it to you, and then you'll know what it is. So, all right, Enso paintings, we'll write that. And then what I do is I write, it's really simple. Who, what, where, when, how, and why. Just kind of do that, I guess. I don't know, maybe I should have written this sideways, but it's too late now. So this will get you thinking about things that are important. So if I'm doing this on Enso paintings, I want to know who does them. Does anyone do them? No. It started in Japan, I think. So we can write, and you also want to have your computer open while you do this, so you can like do this and then Google your stuff and then fill it in, and to do that. So what I know of Enso paintings is Japanese and Asian people. So we'll write that. Or now you can do your own. So I'll put that on there. Anyone can really do them. I'll put that on there because who knows? So then we go to the what. And then this is, of course, yeah, we're talking about the Enso paintings, but what is involved? What are the materials? What is it? It's basically a form of meditative painting, and you can use ink. I know they use a really thin paper, paint, and it's basically just a circle that symbolizes, it depends if the circle is closed, then it symbolizes a complete idea. It can, there's variations, and I'll go into that later. Or if it's open, then it can symbolize, something that's incomplete, sort of relating to the Japanese style of wabi-sabi, where there's perfection in imperfection, and flaws are beautiful, stuff like that. Circular, meditative painting. And then you go to where. Where did this originate? Originated where? In Asia. And then I'm gonna do one probably in my bedroom, where you can do it at home. And then, so when you have the where, you'll want to look into locations, and then you'll come to the when. When did they originate? What year? How long has this tradition been going on? So, what years originated, then, and now. And then we'll come to the how. How do they do these paintings? Basically, you sit and you meditate. From what I've read, you sit and you meditate on an idea. And then you just kind of take your brush and you just do it all in one motion. And this one stroke will symbolize the idea that you have and the completion of the idea. And then you have created it. So it looks pretty much just like this. That's a pretty good circle. And then, down here, it'll have some characters. Stuff like that. It's really simple. The circle is usually black. I can put the color of the ink up here in the what? Black, usually. And then how, it would just be meditate on an idea. One fluid brush stroke. And then why? I don't know. Oh, there's a glare. Is that better? I don't know if that's any better. So why do they do this? What's the point? That is a good question, and that's why I will research this. But I know it can bring you peace. Meditating brings peace, and it's fun, and painting is cool. You can manifest ideas. If you meditate on an idea and then you symbolically bring it into life, then the chances of it actually happening are much greater. You put the intention out there and then you create. Art is not alive, but it sort of is alive. It vibrates with the energy that you put into it. So when you do that, it's going to attract the idea. You can meditate on world peace, all kinds of humanitarian things. It's whatever you really want. And then I'll go, there's the glare again. I shouldn't have done that. So I'll research this more. But say you don't have an Enso painting. Say you have a paper on World War II. You can write World War II. up here, and then think of who was involved. And this is sort of like a form of mind mapping, brainstorming. Hey. And so in World War II, I don't remember history. It really bored and depressed me to research war stuff. But you would put like who was involved in World War II, the countries, the sides, the politicians involved, um, soldiers, um, uh, war dogs. Doberman Pinschers were used as war dogs back then. And then you could go what. Um, if you go to the what, then you could think of like the types of weapons used. Back in the Revolutionary War, there was not the same types of weapons that they had in World War II. If you have, doing World War II, you think about the where. Where did these things originate? I think Germany, Japan. Don't quote me on that. You could put where certain battles were fought. When, then you would think about the dates, when it started and how long it lasted, like 1930s, 40s. Any important dates relating to that. And then how, the how could be related to the what. How was the war fought? With what types of weapons, ships? I know they had the draft, right? So men were just stolen and murdered, and that's how that happened. It's really sad. And then the why, if you're doing World War II, why did they do this? What was the point? What was the reason? Um, and then you can do this for anything. Let's see. Well, I guess that's pretty much, it's pretty self-explanatory. And then, do what you can with this. And then as you write, you can come back to this and plug in more ideas, or think about, like, say you're thinking about like one tangent, and then, it'll lead you off into another tangent. And then that'll give you more material for your paper. And then to do an intro to your paper, you could write a sentence or two about who, what, where, when, how, why in, your intro paragraph, and then your closing paragraph can be sort of the same. And you just use, I've said like a million times. And like. So yeah, I can do more about that later. I just wanted to get this out, just make a quick video. I know the spring semester just started. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And yeah, and you will not always use every single one of these. Sorry. So, you might just use a couple of them and not use one of them, which is fine, because they're all sort of interrelated, and then you'll combine them into your paper, and then you'll have it. And I always get really good grades on my research papers, so this method is what helps me the most. And yeah, so that's it. I made some some green onion and potato soup with dill Havarti cheese and cornbread last night, and it was really good. And I'm going to go heat it up and eat it and relax and maybe think about coming on live again because it's so fun. And I hope everyone had a good day. It's really nice weather here. And yeah, that's it for my video. And feel free to screenshot this and, I don't know, print it out, stick it in your notebook, and have it as a guide, or you can take notes. You can like pause the video and you can just like write it down yourself and then you'll always have it. I don't know. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you have a good day. Feel free to leave me any feedback in the comments. I always accept. Don't tell me to not say 50 times. I already know that I need to not do that, but anything that can help me improve things. All right, thank you. Have a good night. Bye.